Let me say something outrageous, but absolutely true. Most doctors know less about nutrition than you do. And that's not a dig, that's a design. On average, medical students in the United States receive fewer than 20 hours of nutrition education during their entire training. Some schools don't even require a single class. 20 hours? That's less than a weekend workshop. Now let's pause here. Your body is made from food. Your blood is built from nutrients. Your cells heal or deteriorate based on what you eat. And yet, the people we trust to treat disease, they're taught almost nothing about the fuel that drives the body. If your doctor can recite a dozen drugs for cholesterol, but can tell you what magnesium does, that's not healthcare. That's pharmaceutical programming. Why does this matter? Because every major chronic disease, diabetes, heart disease, autoimmune conditions, even depression, has deep roots in nutritional deficiencies and toxic overload. But instead of fixing what goes into the body, they prescribe what comes out of a lab. They give you pills for your blood sugar, but never ask about your breakfast. They medicate your blood pressure, but ignore your sodium, your hydration, your sleep. This is how the system works. Ignore the cause, treat the symptom, repeat. And when doctors do start to learn about nutrition on their own, they're often mocked, called alternative or unconventional. Since when did eating real food become controversial? I've watched patients reverse diseases with nothing but diet. I've seen tumors shrink and disappear, inflammation vanish, and energy return because the body was finally given what it needed, not what it was sold. So no, your doctor isn't stupid. They're just trapped in a system that treats food as an afterthought. But if you want real healing, you can't ignore the fuel. Follow me, because the most powerful medicine isn't in a bottle, it's on your plate.
This presentation represents the professional opinions, clinical experiences, and educational interpretations of Dr. Farah Agustin-Bunch. It is presented strictly for informational, educational, and motivational purposes only. Viewing, attending, or engaging with this presentation, or any content in any form created by, affiliated with, showing, or associated with Dr. Farah does not establish or imply any doctor-patient relationship with anyone. No personal medical advice is being given, and nothing in this presentation should be interpreted as individual medical consultation, diagnosis, treatment, or prescription. Statements made herein have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration or any international regulatory authority. The experiences and outcomes shared are not typical and are not guaranteed. This content is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult your licensed healthcare provider before making any health-related decisions. Copyright and content protection. This presentation and all associated materials, including video, audio, slides, graphics, and spoken content, are the exclusive intellectual property of Dr. Farah Agustin-Bunch. Unauthorized recording, reproduction, distribution, sharing, or public display of any part of this presentation in any format is strictly prohibited and may result in legal action. By continuing to watch, you agree not to record, screen capture, copy, repost, or transmit this content in whole or in part without express written permission from Dr. Farah or her authorized legal representatives. By continuing to watch, you acknowledge that you are solely responsible for your health decisions. You understand this presentation is not a medical service. You agree not to hold Dr. Farah, her team, or affiliates liable for any outcomes associated with the use or misuse of the information provided. Viewer discretion is advised. This presentation may challenge conventional beliefs and expose controversial topics in medicine, health, and regulatory policy. It is intended to empower, not to incite fear, replace clinical care, or offer medical guarantees. Your health is your responsibility. This is your opportunity to reclaim it.